The 2023 general election in Nigeria has remained one of the historic and dynamic polls in the country's political history, with strong participation from the youth and the emergence of the third forces that made strong statements during the process, to the shock that emanated from the results called by INEC. It had all the trappings of surprises. Despite the criticism of the Independent National Electoral Commission and the judiciary, the election was not the usual narrative between the ruling All Progressives Congress and the leading opposition, People's Democratic Party. The third forces, the Labour Party and the New Nigeria People's Party, challenged the status quo. They made landmark victories by winning the governorship, national and state assembly seats in some states. However, some political observers attributed the development to the neutrality and credibility of the electoral umpire, INEC. Barely 9 months after the election, the judiciary has also proved its worth, as it has sacked at least 4 governors despite arguments from the parties. Let's begin from Nasarawa State. The Nasarawa State Governorship Elections Petitions Tribunal sacked the state governor Abdullahi Sule in October and ordered INEC to revoke his certificate of return and give it to David Ombogadu of the PDP. Ombogadu had taken Sule to court to contest INEC's announcement of Sule as the winner of the election. He told the tribunal that the actual votes were unfairly lowered while Sule of the APC's votes were boosted to help him win, notably in the EC8Bs of the Gayam and Chiroma wards of the Lafia local government area. The tribunal, led by Justice Ezekiel Ajayi, in its decision deducted the incorrect votes added to Sule and added back the votes which were reduced from the overall votes of David Ombogadu. This decision was based on the certified copies of the polling unit results forms EC8A that were presented by the petitioners. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Wednesday, November 15th, reserved judgment on the appeal. The next is Dauda Lawal of the PDP. INEC had declared Dauda Lawal of the People's Democratic Party as the winner of the Zamfara state governorship election, defeating the incumbent governor Bello Matawale of the APC. Matawale had filed a case with the tribunal contesting the result of the governorship election on March 18th, but it was dismissed due to lack of merit. The Court of Appeal issued its decision on Thursday, November 16, declaring the election inconclusive and ordering INEC to hold new elections in 2 local governments. According to the appellate court, Matawale, who is currently the Minister of State for Defense, was able to establish Lawal's invalid election. The governor, in a statement by his spokesperson, Suleiman Idris, said the legal team was reviewing the judgment before taking the next necessary action. Elsewhere is Caleb Motfwang of the People's Democratic Party. Nentawe Goshwe of the APC challenged the victory of Caleb Motfwang at the tribunal, claiming that the governor was not validly nominated and sponsored by his party. A 3-member panel of the tribunal, headed by Justice R. Irele Ifije, in a unanimous decision dismissed the petition of Goshwe for lacking in merit. The 3-member panel of the Court of Appeal, led by Justice Elfreda Williams Dawodu, ruled on Sunday, November 19th, that the governor was not legitimately sponsored by the People's Democratic Party for the election, citing Section 177 of the Constitution. The judge pointed out that the PDP failed to adhere to the standard High Court order which mandated the party to organize a legitimate party congress before endorsing candidates for the governorship and other positions. Motfwang, who has directed his legal team to submit an appeal with the Supreme Court, expressed hope that the mandate bestowed upon him by the people of the state would be reinstated. And then we have Abba Kabir Yusuf of the NNPP in Kano. The NNPP received 1,019,602 votes to defeat the APC, whose candidate Nasiru Gawuna received 890,705 votes, according to INEC. As a result of the NNPP candidate won by a margin of 128,897 votes. The Election Petition Tribunal, under the leadership of Justice Oluyemi Osadebe, invalidated the election of Governor Yusuf. The tribunal made the decision by declaring 165,663 votes garnered by Yusuf invalid. The ballot papers for the 165,663 votes were not signed or stamped, according to the judge, and thus were invalid. The court ordered that Yusuf's certificate of return be revoked and that a fresh one be issued to Gawuna. The Court of Appeal in Abuja also upheld the tribunal's decision. The three-member panel, led by Justice M.A. Adume, determined that Yusuf was not on his political party's membership list. He stated that a party must hold the names of its registered members in both hard and soft copies, citing a clause of the Electoral Act. The judge stated that the tribunal erred in failing to disqualify Yusuf in its ruling. The sections, as deduced by the judge, is sections 177C. Says where a party carelessly nominates a candidate, such is a nullity irrespective of whether he performs well. Sponsorship without membership is like putting nothing on something. It cannot stand. This is a clear example of acting with brazen impunity, as if the constitution is not binding, he held. Yusuf has, however, vowed to reclaim his mandate at the Supreme Court. Another person who was sacked by the court is Alex Oti of Abia State. Elected under the Labour Party, Alex Oti was the first governor sacked by the Federal High Court sitting in Kano. The court, in suit number FHC KNCS 107-2023, filed by one Mr. Ibrahim Haruna Ibrahim, nullified the candidature of Oti and other Labour Party candidates that won at the poll over the failure of their party to submit the list of its members to INEC 30 days before the election. But in October, the Court of Appeal sitting in Kano dismissed the judgment of the lower court and upheld the candidature of the governor and other Labour Party candidates. So there you have it, the number of governors sacked by the courts so far. All of these cases are still in play, and the Supreme Court is the final arbiter for all of this matter. So we keep our fingers crossed this list may change. So stick around on this channel to bring you all the big details. Thank you for watching. See you next time.